Before we get into it, let me show you some of the reviews people have left for the Dyson Airwrap on Amazon, because sometimes buyers just get it. 5 stars, quote, "I used to have a personality, now I just have great hair and nothing else matters." Okay, 5 stars, quote, "My husband asked if I wanted to go on a date night. I said I was busy. I was curling individual sections of my hair for the third time that day. Valid. 1 stars, quote, 1 star. I bought this thinking it would save me time getting ready. I now spend 4 hours on my hair instead of 2. Dyson has ruined my life and my ponytail looks incredible. Fair enough. 5 stars, quote, "I genuinely don't know how my ancestors survived without this. Thoughts and prayers to every woman in the 1800s. I mean, 2 stars, quote, 2 stars. My sister used it once at my house and now she won't leave. I have lost my guest bedroom permanently, noted." 5 stars, quote, "I told myself it was too expensive. I caved. I do it again. I do it 1,000 times. I have no regrets and no savings. Respect." Alright, let's actually get into the Dyson Airwrap review. Here's something nobody told you about the Dyson Airwrap. It doesn't actually use heat to style your hair, not in the way you think anyway. And once you understand how it works, everything about this tool starts to make a lot more sense. Stick around because this one gets interesting. If you want the short version before we dive in, the Dyson Airwrap is genuinely impressive, genuinely different, and genuinely not for everyone. It works best on fine to medium hair, it has a real learning curve, and it takes longer than a traditional curling iron. But if you stick with it, the results are bouncy, healthy looking, and they last. If your hair is very thick or coarse, you might walk away frustrated. If your hair is fine and you've been frying it with hot tools for years, this might actually change your life. Okay, let's get into the full breakdown. The box alone tells you this is a premium product. It's dense, it's structured, and when you open it, everything is sitting in a custom molded case that honestly looks like something from a jewelry store. Inside you get the main Airwrap barrel unit, multiple styling attachments depending on which version you bought, a pre-styling dryer attachment, a firm smoothing brush, a soft smoothing brush, and a round volumizing brush. There's also a filter cleaning brush, a storage bag, and a little instruction booklet. The full set is genuinely comprehensive. The device itself feels solid in your hand, not lightweight but not uncomfortably heavy either. The barrel is a gunmetal and copper finish that looks really sleek. The attachments click on and off magnetically, which is incredibly satisfying and also just practical. No fiddling, no locking mechanisms, just a clean click. First impression, this feels like a tool that was designed by people who actually thought about how people use hair tools. It's not perfect in the hand for everyone. The balance takes some getting used to, but out of the box it makes a strong statement. Let's talk about what's actually going on with this thing in plain terms. First, the Kawanda effect. This is the science behind the whole product. The Airwrap uses high-velocity air to attract and wrap hair around the barrel. No clamp, no gripping, just airflow doing the work. It sounds gimmicky until you see it happen in real time. Your hair just wraps itself. Second, heat control. The Airwrap measures air temperature over 40 times per second and adjusts automatically to stay below the damage threshold. That's why it doesn't fry your hair the way a traditional iron can. The max temperature is significantly lower than a flat iron or curling wand. Third, wattage. It runs at 1300 watts, which is actually lower than many conventional hair dryers. That's intentional. The engineering is in the airflow, not brute heat. Fourth, motor speed. It uses a Dyson digital motor spinning at up to 110,000 revolutions per minute. That's what generates enough airflow to make the Kawanda effect actually work on real hair. Fifth, attachments. Depending on your version, the complete or the multi-styler, you get between 4 and 6 attachments. This matters because different attachments give you different results: waves, curls, volume, or smooth blowouts. Sixth, cord length. The cord is about 9 feet, which is genuinely useful. You're not hunched over the outlet. Small thing, big difference. Day to day, the Airwrap performs well, but it asks something of you first, and that's patience. The first few times you use it, you will feel like you're doing it wrong. The technique is genuinely different from anything else. You have to feed the hair toward the barrel and let the airflow catch it, rather than clamping and dragging. Once it clicks, it really clicks. On fine to medium hair, the results are consistently good. Curls come out soft, bouncy, and natural looking rather than perfectly round and stiff. The pre-styling dryer is surprisingly effective as a quick rough dry before you start curling. Total styling time for a full blowout and curl job runs about 20 to 30 minutes, which is longer than a quick pass with a curling iron, but shorter than a full round brush blowout. On thick or coarse hair, you'll notice the Airwrap has to work harder. The sections need to be smaller, which adds time, and some users find the curl doesn't hold as long. It's not that it doesn't work, it's that the results are less dramatic. One consistent quirk, the airflow is loud, not unbearably so, but louder than a lot of people expect from a premium tool. Keep that in mind if you're doing your hair at 6 in the morning while someone's still sleeping. The first real strength is the heat protection. This is not marketing language. It actually registers in how your hair feels over time. People who use this regularly instead of traditional hot tools report less breakage, less frizz, and generally healthier looking hair after a few months. The lower temperature ceiling isn't a limitation, it's the whole point. The second strength is the attachment system. Being able to switch from a volumizing brush to a curling barrel to a smoothing brush in seconds without any tools or complicated clicking means you can genuinely do your entire styling routine with one device. That's a real quality of life upgrade. Less clutter on the counter, less cord management, fewer things to heat up and put away. The third strength is the finish. When the Airwrap does its job, the results look like a professional blowout, not like you styled your own hair at home. There's a smoothness and a natural movement to it that's hard to replicate with conventional tools. The Kwanda effect wraps the hair consistently, which means your curls come out more uniform without the practice it usually takes to get that with a wand. The first real con is the learning curve, and it's steeper than Dyson's marketing suggests. The tutorial videos help, and Dyson does provide them, but expect to have 2 or 3 frustrating sessions before you feel comfortable. If you give up after the first use and return it, you may be returning something that would have genuinely worked for you. That's not ideal for a product at this price point. The second con is that it struggles with very long or very thick hair in a way that's genuinely limiting. If your hair is past your shoulder blades and dense, the small sections required to get the Kwanda effect to grab mean your styling time stretches significantly. Some people find that curls and thick hair also drop faster. It's not that the product fails, it's that it was clearly optimized for a specific hair type and doesn't adapt as gracefully outside of it. The third con is the filter maintenance. The filter at the base of the unit needs to be cleaned regularly. Dyson says every month of regular use, and if you don't, performance degrades noticeably. The cleaning brush is included, but it adds a maintenance step that other styling tools don't have. Not a deal breaker, but worth knowing ahead of time so you're not confused when suction starts dropping. Real buyers have a lot to say about this one, and it covers the full spectrum. One reviewer wrote, "I watched 6 YouTube tutorials before my first use, still looked like I'd been in a wind tunnel. By week 2, salon blowout every morning. Currently refusing to return my sister's calls because she wants to borrow it." Another said, "My hair has never felt this healthy. I was honestly skeptical that less heat could equal better results, but here I am, a complete convert, slightly annoyed that Dyson was right about everything." And then there's this one. "Took me 3 weeks to figure out the curling barrel. My husband thought I was fighting with it. I was. We don't talk about the first 2 weeks. 5 stars. The common thread across real feedback is that patience pays off, fine to medium hair gets the best results, and people who stick with the learning curve tend to become genuinely devoted to it. The skeptics who bounce early miss out. Here's where I land on the Dyson Airwrap. Buy it if you have fine to medium hair, you care about long-term hair health, and you're willing to spend a few sessions learning a new technique. Buy it if you want one tool that handles your whole routine. Buy it if you're tired of heat damage and want results that actually look effortless. Skip it if your hair is very thick and coarse and you need fast, powerful results. Skip it if you need a quick 5-minute touch-up tool. This is a full routine, not a shortcut. And skip it if patience is not your strong suit, because the first week will test yours. For the right person, this is the best styling tool on the market. That qualifier matters. Drop a comment below and tell me, did you try the Airwrap or are you still on the fence? I genuinely want to know where you landed. If this review saved you some time or helped you make a decision, hit the like button. It actually helps more people find this. And subscribe if you want an honest, no fluff review like this one every single week. See you next time.